I'm curious what you guys think about what I would consider to be a little bit of overexposure of movies in two different ways. Number one, we've talked about trailers before that give away too damn much. But number two, like, they're starting to see a big trend through social media, especially on Twitter and things like that. Guys like Mark Webb and Bryan Singer, those two in particular, get just constantly putting out information. Like, I feel like the Amazing Spider-Man sequel, like, I've seen so freaking much, like,
I was thinking that. Yeah.
So many tweets, and so I'm a little bit sick of it, actually. And it's the same with Singer and the new X-Men movie. I don't particularly care at all about either of those movies, but I follow a lot of movie websites, and so I'm constantly exposed to this stuff. I feel like we're getting overexposed with movies, you know? And even with Gravity this week, you know, the preview was enough. I didn't need the two clips, which were essentially the exact same thing. It was a fantastic preview because it gives you a sense of what the movie's about, and it basically just gives you one scene to get a taste for the kind of tension that the movie's going to provide. You don't need anything more. You don't need to present me with more and more scenes from the movie. Like, I feel like if the movie 7 came out now, the trailers would have, you know, shots of them standing in the field at the end of the movie with the, you know, what's in the box and
without
all
a doubt.
Stuff, you know? But that was one of the great surprises of it. It was one of my great experiences in my lifetime of a time when a movie had an ending that I just didn't see coming, and I had no idea it was going there, and what's this all about, and I just don't think you get that anymore. And I'm curious what you guys think about that.
There's a thin line between using the new kind of social media in your marketing campaign and using it effectively and not giving too much away. But I don't think studios value secrecy anymore. I know that Christopher Nolan values it, but in terms of the studios, I think they sell movies based upon what audiences are already accustomed to, what they already know that they want. And so you have to show them enough to show them that you're getting exactly what you want when you see this movie. You know, it's almost like they take out the surprise because they feel audiences don't need surprise. They need the familiar.
Well, I think I agree with Chris here. I think what Mark Webb is doing is almost suicidal. Both of you guys, shut up. You're making a movie. Just stop. Get off the Internet, make your movie, and let us decide. We don't need to know anymore. We know too much as it is.
Are they doing it though?
Tarantino movie? Yeah.
Well, excuse me?
Yeah, I mean they're all over the place with Twitter. Well,
it's not good. It's not good.
No, I mean what I'm asking is are Bryan Singer and whoever the other guy you mentioned, Mark Webb?
Mark Webb, 500 Days of Summer.
Are they the ones tweeting the behind-the-scenes photos?
Absolutely,
and all that stuff?
Yes. No.
Okay.
They in particular, those two guys, on their Twitter accounts, yes.
Okay.
As well as numerous other people in the studio, and there's lots of, at Comic, and maybe also Comic-Con is fresh in everybody's mind, so there's been a lot of, exposure there on both of those two movies. So, maybe it's a little bit of that, but I feel like, in particular with those two movies, it's just been relentless ever since they turned the camera on. We've constantly been barraged with all this stuff. I mean, we know everything that's going to happen in that Spider-Man movie. We know that Jamie Foxx is going to be Electro. We know that Paul Giamatti is going to be the Rhino. We know that what's-her-name is going to play Gwen Stacy, and she's probably going to die because we've seen the released photos that look identical to the pictures from the comic book. We know that Shailene Woodley was going to play Mary Jane Watson, and now we know that, oh, by the way, she's not actually going to be in the movie. She's been cut out. We know too much. When you go see a Tarantino movie, when one's released every 4 or 5 years, you know nothing going in.
Yeah.
I mean, next to nothing. And it makes it exciting.
I agree, and it's great.
You basically get one preview, and the preview gives you, like I said with Gravity, or, one of my favorite previews of all time was The Big Lebowski. If you remember the preview for The Big Lebowski.
Yes, I do,
It was just, clips from the movie with a song playing over. That's all you need for most movies. Like, maybe a little bit of dialogue to give you a sense of what exactly, is going on. But it's too much. It really is akin to, like what you're saying, Jamie. Like, people want what they want and they don't want anything else. It's sort of like a pizza. And in the trailer, they're going to show you the pizza, and they're going to show you all the toppings, and, oh, this one has onions. I don't like onions. I'm not going to go. And, I'm only going to go to the one that has no onions and the one that has pepperoni and sausage because I like those two things, and it's got to have garlic crust. And, people, we don't get that with Tarantino. He just says, hey, guess what? I'm making a fucking pizza. You want to eat or not? And then you go see it, and it's exciting. Because
what I love about Tarantino is that, especially his last two movies, the hell with it. Ever since Kill, the trailer doesn't give away anything, because I would never have guessed those, especially in Inglourious Basterds, how that movie would have unfolded. Never in a billion years. But let me ask you guys this, though. Imagine if this was 1980, April or March of 1983 with Return of the Jedi. Oh, my. I mean, can you imagine the social media? And that film would have been destroyed. I mean, granted, the surprise of the film is destroyed anyways, given the prequels.
Here's the big part of it, and it's not necessarily spoilers or feeling like not necessarily feeling like you know everything about it. I think the big component here is when Return of the Jedi came out, all you had was maybe a preview, and you had the poster that you saw whenever you went to a store or at the actual theater. You didn't have all this exposure on social media. So I think the danger is by the time you get to the release of the film, you're sick of it. You don't want to hear anything else. And that's the danger, more than spoilers or knowing exactly what it is or blah, blah, blah. It's oversaturation. That's what it is. That's the delicacy in marketing.
It is that, but it's also the spoilers. It's also the ruining of the experience of sitting through the movie. I mean, you know what's going to happen because you've seen these clips. I mean, there have been times in recent years when I've been sitting in a movie and I'm thinking, I'm watching the movie and I'm conscious of a moment that I saw in a preview, and I'm waiting for that moment to pop up. Like, when's the part where he, does the thing and then it happens. It's like, oh, all right, there it is, and it doesn't mean anything. There's no excitement left because I was waiting for it. Yeah. So I think it's absolutely what you're talking about. I think it's both of those two things, Jamie. I think and I'm frankly sick of it. And then you compound it with the fact that I'm sick of the superhero and these kind of big, huge action movies in general. I mean, I said the other day, our theater here in Lakeland, they're opening Fruitville Station and The Way Back on the same day in July, of all things, in this, little town in the middle of Florida. I was shocked, absolutely shocked. And it's great. I love it. I want more of it.